Yo, godly people, it's your boy Fokeezy, aka Blaze Haze. We're going against that 7-star Salamence. And before we get started, I just want to let you know all the builds are in the description. This will also be timestamped for each day one meta, raid bond, whatever you want to call it. But Annihilape, Azumarill, and Iron Hands will be timestamped. So we're going to get started with a body slam. We're just really doing a body slam to charge our Tera. We don't need him to be paralyzed, but he is right here, and that really is going to assist us with getting 3 turns off if he's paralyzed. So the Annihilape I'm starting out with first because he is probably the least RNG reliant of the 3. So the Tera Blast does come out, and we go for another body slam just to charge our Tera, really. So it's not like a super big deal as we're just, you know, going through the works of it all. So right here we do recognize that he's paralyzed for that 1 turn as a life dude does come out. Heal your boy. Like I said, the permanent NPCs are important. We got 2 intimidators and a healmon and gardevoir. You could do this with other NPCs. You just need 2 intimidators and somebody probably bulky for the most part. I mean, obviously the life dude healing is great, but gardevoir will help trigger that moxie, and you don't want that to trickle. You know, there's bulkier mons than gardevoir, I'm just saying. But anywho, the shield activates, and I think I waited it out a little bit just so I could get that body slam off, but I think I'm actually going out with an attack cheer instead. So I'm actually gambling. So this is all pre-recorded because it's a little bit RNG reliant, but it didn't take me too many turns to get it done. I was actually very lucky. I wasn't lucky at finding these NPCs. It took me forever to find these NPCs. But once I locked in these NPCs, I got like crazy great RNG with, like, I guess RNG is just good for the day 1 metas. I don't know what it is. We return, and I did the attack cheer just basically so I have permanent attack boost with Annihilape. And I know y'all kids just like to have fun with it. I don't really care about the pride of doing this the right way with the meta, because I don't care about the meta, but I know you kids love it, so I'm gonna make it fun and just big boy damage type of stuff. So I go right into Ghost Tera. Seems like I got 3 attacks off before anything, and obviously that is gonna the super effective Tera Blast is gonna do half the damage, which is this is oddly enough a great defensive Tera. And also he's just charging up our Rage Fist, and Rage Fist just, it hits like a super effective 150 base power move when it gets charged up to 300 base power. You know, 6 times I think. It adds 50 and up to 300 base power, and it's pretty ridiculously strong. It is pretty OP. It is pretty OP. But obviously you can play around with it and all that, play around it and stuff. I get crit right there, but not that that matters because I do outspeed him. And I think I didn't even count how many times Arcanine got those leers off. So that is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous amount of damage, dog. I don't even. I'll post it right here. How many leers Arcanine got off? But dang, that hit really hard. That hit really hard. I don't think I'm even charged fully on the Rage Fist either. So obviously the Tera Blast comes out, and I'm neutral to it. So even if he does a Dragon Dance, when he hits me with it, it's still not going to do nearly as much damage as if it's super effective. Super effective weak. He goes for the Breaking Swipe. Another great thing to note: we are running the Defiant ability. All right. So now he just gave us a free +1 after lowering our attack. So that's another really cool thing about the Annihilape build as well. That's why I said it's like, this is probably the most consistent of the 3, but it still requires a little bit more RNG, of course. Not everything's going to go perfectly, but I just want to show you how much damage it can do. Man, that was a ridiculous raid. That was insanely clean. Obviously, like I said, this is going to show the great RNGs that I'm going to do, because the Iron Hands turn 3 1-hit KO is so crisp that I have to get the best RNGs from the rest of the day 1 metas. So now we're going to Azumarill, same exact NPC teams. I figure it works because they both have body slam, so carrying it on. This Azumarill build is inspired by my good friend Flame Tricks. Flame Tricks, check his channel out. He does all things Azumarill. He raids with baby Azumarill against legendary 5-star mons and all that stuff. It's a good time. If you're an Azumarill fan, his channel is the one to check out, y'all. And just ask him for the build I'm sure he'll tell y'all. But anywho, I kind of just come up with the build of my own. I do the outspeeding. Like I said, the stats will be in the description, of course. And right here, I'm just basically charging my Tera body slam. As he is odd with Azumarill because he's using everything but whatchamacallit. He's using everything but Tera Blast. So I don't get why he does that with Azumarill. Like I said, I don't know if that's an RNG thing or a glitch, but he likes to use Flamethrower against Azumarill. It makes no sense to me, but we just take advantage of it right here as the third turn. It's going to happen to you if you have this exact build, by the way. So it's not like, I don't know why he does that, right? So he's paralyzed on our third turn. I waited for the shield to come up, of course. I go for that defense curl. I should technically be waiting a second time for him to clear our buffs the second time, which is at the 65% mark, and that's kind of a while. And I'm also going to fast forward at that very soon. So right here, he clears our buffs the second time, so I feel good to go for a belly drum. I did a defense curl, so even though he cleared our defense stat right there, which is, would be helpful to have, the defense curl effect on the rollout, because the rollout usually starts at 30 base attack, 60, 120, 240 to 480. But with the defense curl, it starts at a base 60, 120, 240, 480, 960. So it's still, as you can see right here in the video, it stays in effect. We had amazing RNG with this Azumarill, in case you couldn't tell, but that's what we were trying to go for anywho. It didn't take me that many attempts with any of these guys, because like day one metas are really, I just usually get amazing RNG with them. I think that's a Game Freak Nintendo thing, I'm not sure, but they just do really well with RNG. I can't really explain it, but that time we got burnt, so that's why I went for the heal chair. We don't want to be attacking burnt, obviously, as he is paralyzed that turn. Like I said, they get good RNG, so even though we didn't have a great thing going for us there, now we can just casually go for rollout after the breaking swipe comes out, because one of these rollouts can miss. It's a 90 accuracy, which isn't the worst accuracy ever. But we're gonna go for the rollout, of course. We're at +5 because of that breaking swipe, and that's fine because +5 is gonna be plenty. Just to look, that's a 60 base power and hit that good. 60 base power hit that good. Now we're gonna see a 120 base power because each consecutive hit doubles. That's the crazy and dangerous part about rollout. It's definitely stoppable and competitive. You just use protect and all that stuff. So, but this is actually pretty wild damage. That's 120 base power. And then the next one's going to be 240, which is going to definitely destroy the shield. 240, and I don't think we don't even get to, we don't even get to go to 960. Because this is just hitting so hard just from the belly drum, and we're +5, and I'm not sure if the Leer came out either. Like, the Leer obviously could play a role in assisting the damage, but either or, like, even if it didn't, as long as it hits 5 in a row, which is a lot to ask, 59% chance to hit 5 in a row, it's going to take him out either way. And obviously Tilter right there. Once again, a Azumarill build inspired by Flame Tricks, so I want to thank him for that. It's pretty awesome. And now we move to Cockroach very soon, so that's coming up. I don't have the end-game audio for the Cockroach because I was playing a Drake song, and obviously copyright stuff. So I wouldn't recommend Christians listen to Drake. I'm not trying to promote secular music, but I was actually listening to that. It's gonna get copyrighted, so that's why it's silent. But anywho, we're gonna go right for as this progression's going, the heat wave comes out and all that fun stuff. We go right for the belly drum, and we need triple leers within 2 turns. So obviously we see the Weavile get the first leer, and then we need Weavile to leer again, and the Arcanine. I think this took me 7-8 attempts. It was actually way faster than it should have been. Like I said, these day 1 metas just get amazing RNG. That's all I can call it. And we do get the triple leer. He's at -3. He needs to be at -3, not -2. And our Lanceberry did activate, so we need to get the crit on top of it. So all the craziness that has happened, and also he froze on the paralysis right here, turn 3, 1-hit KO, just like that. And it's not going to be faster than this. It's not. I think there could be a turn 2 1-hit KO, but have fun trying to get that. But that was awesome. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Much love and God bless.